Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. So in this video, of course, I want to talk about Bitcoin, give you guys an update. What is exactly happening with Bitcoin today? So clearly, first of all, not much movements is still happening with Bitcoin, but it is still holding up very, very well. You guys can clearly see this is in fact the 1 hour time frame. And for the past few hours, even for the past few days, you guys can clearly see Bitcoin has in fact been hovering between 26 and $27,000 once again. Okay, now early this morning we saw Bitcoin go as high as $27,500. Okay, but you guys can clearly see it did in fact have another small correction back down to this level of $27,100 pretty much, right? So that's exactly where Bitcoin is at right now. Okay, but obviously Bitcoin is still holding up very, very well. If I go to the daily time frame, you guys can clearly see that it has in fact been holding up very well, and you guys can clearly see that this is in fact a support level. You guys can clearly see that right there. Okay, so Bitcoin is still holding up very well. A fair few altcoins are in fact holding up very, very well as well. You guys can clearly see this is Ethereum, and Ethereum is holding up pretty well. And overall, right, overall, other altcoins are not really moving, okay, but still XRP and Solana is still slightly pumping up, just like what we saw last night in my stream. If you guys haven't seen my stream, definitely check it out. But on that, right, Avalanche 1.5% for the past 24 hours. But majority of other altcoins, okay, some are in fact pumping, but majority of them are, not really moving. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. Overall, the global crypto market cap is coming out 1.14 trillion, so it slightly dropped. Then yesterday was at 1.5 trillion, and overall the market is slightly down. Okay, so that's that. So in this video, guys, I want to show you guys a fair few charts on why, okay, short term in the next upcoming few weeks, upcoming few months, of course, this year alone in 2023, we will in fact see Bitcoin, reach these price targets. Okay, and if you guys have in fact been watching my videos, I've been telling you guys this many times. I've been mentioning this, many times, that Bitcoin will eventually go back up to $30,000. And once Bitcoin breaks above 30K, okay, which is this line right there, okay, it will continue on. This rally that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin will in fact continue on. Okay, it will move up to the upside, right? So once we see that for Bitcoin breaks above $30,000, then we're gonna see it reach 35K, and then $40,000, and eventually, okay, $50,000. Okay, I told you guys many times that my personal price prediction for Bitcoin this year alone in 2023 is around 50K or even over $50,000. And specifically, I want to talk about why I think it's a perfect time right now to stack Bitcoin, as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. You guys know it, right? If you guys have in fact been watching my videos for the past few days, this week, alone, especially last week, like on the weekend, I was buying a whole bunch of crypto, not just Bitcoin, but other, cryptocurrencies, other altcoins, right? If you guys haven't seen yesterday's video, definitely check it out. Okay, I was buying Bitcoin, I was buying Ethereum, and a fair few other altcoins, right? Like Chainlink, Cardano, Polygon, Solana, okay, XRP, coins that I believe will perform really well. Even Polkadot, right? I actually bought some Polkadot yesterday. So if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. It's a pretty interesting one. But yeah, I want to show you guys in this video why I think it's time to, stack as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. Okay, so there's a fair few charts. I want to start off with this one. So it says right here, before 2020 and 2021, Bitcoin massive bull run, Bitcoin and Nasdaq were decoupled for a while. Okay, in the green box, which does in fact show right here. You guys can clearly see that. Okay, it was in fact decoupled. We may see the same market condition in the current setting. Bitcoin then moved parabolically. Okay, so this is in fact some great news for Bitcoin, obviously. Okay, and you guys can clearly see, right, like what it did in July of 2020, we saw Bitcoin absolutely pump, right, in the decouple, the green box right here. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. And the same exact thing will potentially happen in the next upcoming few years. You guys understand? 2023 is going to be, you know, a decent year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? And of course, 2024 is going to be a amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto, because we know that year, that is when the halving will officially happen, okay? Around April or May, okay? A lot of people are saying it's going to happen in April, so we will see. But around that time, pretty much less than 1 year from now, the halving will in fact happen for Bitcoin. And we know what happens after that. Once the halving happens, Bitcoin pumps like crazy, okay? And it will, that's exactly what Bitcoin will do, right? So once the halving happens, yes, we will in fact see Bitcoin reach back up to its previous all-time highs, and of course reach a new all-time high. And the year 2025, that's going to be a great year as well, okay? Because that's when, you know, everything will pump like what we saw in 2021. I believe that's what we're going to see in the year 2025. So pretty much, guys, yes, it's all ups from here. Yes, on the way, okay, while Bitcoin is pumping, okay, like crazy, we're obviously going to see, you know, small corrections to the downside and whatnot, or, you know, it's going to move to its side. It's going to be consolidating, but majority of the time, it's going up, right? Bitcoin is going up. So be excited for that, for all my Bitcoin holders out there, right? Be excited for that. And also, here's another chart that I want to show you guys. Bitcoin is in fact sort of forming a falling wedge. Okay, and this could be, right, since Bitcoin is in fact having a strong support, at pretty much $26,000, right? We haven't seen Bitcoin drop to like 25K for quite some time. So it is in fact having a strong support, and potentially it could actually break above it, right, from this falling wedge. Okay, so we will see. But in my opinion, Bitcoin, even though yes, it's sort of boring right now, that's what a lot of people would say right now, because, you know, Bitcoin hasn't really been moving for the past few days, even for the past like few weeks, like 2 weeks. It hasn't really been moving. Okay, it's still holding up very, very well. You know, days like this is very important, and I think right now is a great time to stack some Bitcoin, because we could see, right, you guys understand, we could see a crazy pump up out of nowhere, just like what happened at the beginning of 2023, right? Bitcoin was sort of boring, right? We didn't see much movements for pretty much 2 months. Bitcoin was, you know, stuck between, you know, 15 to 16 to $17,000 for 2 months straight. Okay, and a lot of people were in fact wanting to see something for Bitcoin to happen, right? Is it going to pump or is it going to dump more? Okay, and guess what? It went up, right? In January, we saw a 40% return for Bitcoin. It pumped out of nowhere, right? So we could see, okay, majority of the time, right, we could see that happen in the next, you know, few days, maybe few weeks, even the next few months. Who knows? Bitcoin could still be, you know, consolidating like what it's been doing for the past few days. So we will see, but it's still holding up very well, and I know for a fact it's going to go up. Okay, that's for a fact. Yes, we could see Bitcoin have another correction, okay, back down to, you know, 26, 25, 24, maybe, right? But I don't see Bitcoin going as low as below $20,000. I think that's, you know, very unlikely to happen. I've been telling us that many times, right? But we will see. Okay, in my opinion, Bitcoin is still holding up very well, and I know it's going to shoot up, and this rally will in fact continue. Moving on, I showed you guys this chart last night. Okay, and it's sort of more in depth. You guys can clearly see it, right? It's sort of like this one, but this one is like more in depth. Okay, so the first target is 48K before the halving. Okay, and the second target is 160K after the halving. Okay, so you guys can clearly see, $48,000. Okay, for, you know, this year in 2023 is very, very possible. Okay, so yes, I even drew the line. Okay, exactly the same as the chart shows you guys right there. Look at that, right up here. You guys can clearly see that, right? So yes, I do, and it feels like a lot of people think Bitcoin can reach, you know, this price tag all the way up here in 2023, and I think that's a very, very realistic price target for Bitcoin to hit towards the end of this year in 2023. So yes, 48K, but I think Bitcoin can easily go way higher than that. I think we will in fact see Bitcoin reach 50K and over towards the end of this year in 2023. And once the halving happens, guys, right? Once the halving happens, which is right over here in 2024, okay, around April or May, literally right around the corner, is going to happen, you know, less than 1 year from now, we're going to see Bitcoin pump. Okay, and this is very, very realistic. This is exactly what Bitcoin will in fact do once the halving happens, right? Like once, after the halving, this is exactly what Bitcoin will potentially do. It's going to reach back up to its previous all-time highs. Okay, easily. It's going to reach 6 figs for the first time ever. Okay, that's going to be a massive day. And then it's going to keep going up. 110K, okay, 110K, 120K, 150K, 160K, and potentially it's going to continue to go on, right, in 2025. Like I mentioned before, 2025 should be a great year for Bitcoin and crypto as well. So we will see, but those are in fact the next upcoming price targets for Bitcoin, okay, before the halving and after the halving. So be excited for that. One more chart I want to show you guys, okay, short term, where Bitcoin will be heading. Okay, so obviously we know Bitcoin is in fact having a major support near $25,000. Will Bitcoin front run the support again? So we've had this many times. Okay, the front run support, okay, right down here, okay, and we saw Bitcoin pump, okay, and then of course I had a pretty decent correction all the way back down to like $20,000, and then we saw it pump again. Okay, so we will see another front run support for Bitcoin short term, and I think we will. Yes, you guys can clearly see Bitcoin could potentially, consolidate in the next few days and whatnot, but in the next upcoming few weeks, few months, who knows, but soon we will in fact see Bitcoin potentially pump up to the upside, back up to 30K, and then it's going to reach above 30K, okay, breaking that resistance line, and it's gonna, continue to go up to like 32K, 35, and that's when we will in fact see this rally that we have in fact been seeing all of 2023 continue, right? But maybe, right, this is very, very possible short term for Bitcoin, but if we do in fact have some negative news, okay, inflation or the debt ceiling and whatnot, right, Bitcoin could in fact have some other small corrections. Okay, we will see. It really depends on the news, what's coming out, and it could affect, the Bitcoin price and whatnot, right? So we will see for that. But overall, Bitcoin's still holding up very well, and I know it's going to, shoot up, okay, eventually. Yes, we could see small corrections, but eventually it will pump back up. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. So yes, guys, we should be stacking Bitcoin. Okay, we really should be stacking Bitcoin because, like I said, Bitcoin hasn't really been moving. Okay, it's been stuck hovering between $26,000 to $27,000, and that's why personally I've been stacking Bitcoin. A couple of days ago, right? Even yesterday, I bought some Bitcoin. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. But yeah, I've been stacking, guys, and I hope you guys are willing and thinking about stacking as well. Don't time the market, guys. Dollar cost average, right? So let's just say, every week you invest $100 into Bitcoin, right? Do that consistently. No matter what Bitcoin is doing, how it's performing, if it's, pumping or dumping, just invest that $100, no matter what it is doing, right? So consistently as well, okay? Dollar cost average, guys. Personally, that's what I think we all should be doing, okay? Because we are in fact in the buy area. You guys can clearly see this is obviously the Bitcoin rainbow chart, and it's indicating that we are in fact in the buy area. I've been telling us that many times. So we all should be buying right now. We all should be stacking. Okay, this is obviously the perfect time right now to stack as much Bitcoin as you possibly can because, right, the halving is literally less than 1 year from now. Okay, and once the halving happens, right after the halving, we're going to see Bitcoin pump, just like what this chart is showing, right? The halving is right here. I'm going to see a pump. Okay, we are all the way down here. So obviously, if you keep stacking Bitcoin right now, it gives us time to stack as much Bitcoin as you possibly can, because once we see Bitcoin have this massive pump, it's going to be too late, right? It's going to be harder to accumulate Bitcoin. Okay, harder as in like accumulate. If you have a goal of like accumulating one full Bitcoin, it's going to be harder, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? Because obviously the price keeps rising and Bitcoin is going to be more expensive. Okay, so just think about it. Okay, take this as a once in a lifetime opportunity to get into Bitcoin at a decent low price. Okay, and obviously if you look at it, Bitcoin is still nowhere near its previous all-time highs. All the way up here, 69K to where we are now. It's not even halfway through its all-time high. We're not even halfway there yet, right? So think about it. It's still a great time to get in. Okay, it really is, guys. Technically, we're still in a bear market. We're not fully in a bull market, but this pattern, what we are seeing right now, is the beginning of the next bull market, right? It really is, because we have already hit bottom. You guys can clearly see that, and it's forming a new pattern to the upside, right? So it's very, very clear. So yes, we are in fact in the buy area. Okay, so we all should be buying. That's that. Before I end this video, I want to show you guys, give you guys a little update on the Bitcoin monthly returns. We know in May last month, we ended off in the reds for the very first time, okay, because January, February, March, and April we were in fact in the greens, but for the first time for this year alone in 2023, we saw May, we ended off in the reds, okay, and we were down pretty much 7%. Now June, we know it's June, okay, a new month, okay, we're entered a new month, okay, and we still have, you know, over 3 weeks in this month, so we'll see where June will be. But usually June, you guys can clearly see in previous years, is usually a very, very bad month for Bitcoin, okay, and you guys can clearly see just last year we had a 37% drop, and that's because a lot of things at that time happened, okay, you know, like Terra Luna crashing, okay, you know, Celsius as well, crashing as well, pretty much going bankrupt and whatnot. And then we saw in November FTX dumping, okay, and pretty much going bankrupt and just crashing down, shutting down and whatnot. So a lot of negative things happened in 2022, and I've been telling us many times, like, if you survived 2022, right, if you survived that year in, you know, Bitcoin and crypto, right, if you were in fact in the crypto space, you can survive literally anything. What we're seeing right now for 2023 is obviously some upsides, okay, slightly going back up. So we will see, okay, for June, what's going to happen with June, okay, but I think could be another red month, okay, it could be. That's just my personal opinion, but we will see, okay, we will see. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I really would appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.